Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Joshua Tharby here. Today we're talking all about should you buy or rent your own house. This is a very popular question, and what I've done is I've attempted to have a stab at it today. We've gone Excel, we've done some basic assumptions, and we're seeing from a personal wealth point of view, should you buy, should you rent, what factors should you consider? Before we get started, please do make sure you hit that thumbs up button so YouTube knows that this content is thoroughly good stuff, and also smash that subscribe icon so you get notified as soon as we post a new video. Lease or buy? Let's have a look. Okay, so should you buy or rent your own house? Let's have a look at the numbers and see what you should consider. So we've got some basic assumptions here and the data that we're using to make these decisions. We've basically got house price in 2021 is £300,000. We're looking at a £300,000 house here. We're assuming that house prices grow over the next 25 years at 3% per annum. We've assumed that you'll be getting a 10% mortgage. So £30,000 of your capital will be tied up. A monthly repayment mortgage at 2% over 25 years would be £1,144 per month in repayments. So let's have a look at how this compares. Per year, your yearly mortgage repayments would total £13,728. Plus, because we own the house, we're responsible for the maintenance. If the garage gets jammed, if the boiler packs up, the fence fall down, we're responsible for that as a homeowner. So we're going to budget, say, £1,000 a year here on average maintenance. So the total cost of that, you're looking at £14,728. Then we deduct the cost, we deduct the increase in our estate value. Although we've actually not got the cash, that house that's worth £300,000, we get the full benefit when that goes up in price. If we assume that increases 3% a year, and then basically take that off of the cost, the net cost to us as a homeowner is £5,728 per year. But then we compare this to renting. So we rent a house for £300,000. You could rent one of those for about £995 per month. The total cost there is going to be £11,940 per year. But that £30,000, we instead put that to work in the property market. We invest that somewhere, and we get a 15% return on capital. So just like we did for that assumed price increase, because that's going to go up in value, we're basically getting that income, so we're going to deduct it from it. That's going to bring us £4,500 a year in return. So when we take that off of it, you can see here that it's actually costing us £7,440 per year to rent. So on the face of it, it's actually more expensive on an annual basis to rent compared to buying. However, if we look at the position in 25 years, the results are completely different. So you can see here that after 25 years, you'd have paid all your payments as above here, you'll repay your mortgage and you'll be completely mortgage free. And we've got a formula here, so you can see over 25 years, assuming that 3% growth, that £300,000 house will now be worth £628,133. Pretty accurate, pretty zoot bluff for this. So £628,000 is what it's worth. So let's compare that to the person who rented. So the person who actually rented their house, at the end of it, they've obviously got no house because they rented, they do not own the property whatsoever. But that £30,000 that they were going to tie into the house up here, instead, they put that to work in the property market, getting a 15% return on capital employed. And as a result, they now have a whopping £987,000. The difference here is £359,000. Obviously, if you look at it here, we can see that you were paying about £1,712 a year more because of the total outflows here between these two. And over 25 years, that actually amounts to £42,000. But even when we take that off, you've still got £320,000 of extra wealth on you personally. The reason for these stark differences, even though here it looks like buying is the favourite, is because of the power of compounding. So each and every year, the property here, whilst it was £300,000, it's increasing at 3% per year. When it gets to renting, you're getting that 15% return on capital. So over a number of years, that's compounded each and every year because you're getting 15% on 15% and it keeps going up and up in value. At some point, it would have actually started to outweigh it because you get such a greater return renting a property compared to owning a property. Let's change some of the numbers because 15% return on capital is relatively easy to get. I know a lot of BRR investors who can get 30, 40%. So if we change these numbers here to 20%, let's see what that does to our actual figures. So when we change it to 20%, the yearly difference is actually only 212. And then let's change this growth because this will have a huge impact on the numbers. And wow, absolutely wow. I'm gobsmacked by this. So if we look at the numbers here, as soon as you change that 15% to 20%, that number just jumps. You know, these are the numbers. We're not messing around here. This is not guesstimates. These are actual numbers, and it's the power of compounding, compounded interest. Read the book, The Compounding Effect. Who was it? I think it was Einstein or someone famously said, compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. And you can see here today why it is. So if you're getting a 15% return on capital, you're left with 987,000. But when we change that to a 20% return on capital over the 25 years, you're ended at £2.8 million. Yeah, you know, I don't know if I'm missing something here. There's something wrong with the Excel. But the difference here is over £2 million. Of course, we'll take off that £5,300 that you're paying extra. £2.2 million, you're better off renting your property, putting your capital to work, invest in that, getting your 20% return, which is perfectly possible through property. As a full-time property investor, you can get those BRR deals, get a 20% return on your capital. It is possible. So before anyone starts blowing up in the comments saying, you shouldn't be buying houses, 20% return is not possible, it definitely is. I see it happen all day, every day. So I'm not quite sure if we're missing something here, but looking at these numbers here, 2.2 million, if you can get a 20% return, that's the difference between buying and renting your house. Okay, so just what we'll do now is we'll also run through how it looks at a 10% return on capital. Okay, so with a 10%, it's significantly more expensive on a yearly basis to be renting. And if we change the growth rate to 10%, wow. So if you're getting just a 10% return on your cash, 30K, you're getting 10% return on capital employed, the numbers are absolutely in the other way. So 303,000, you're worse off, plus the 80 there, so it's actually £380,000 per year, you're worse off renting a house compared to buying. So I suppose the real thing here is, what return can you get on your cash? If you're looking for a passive investment and you're struggling to get 10%, yeah, buying your house is going to be the way to go because that money is going to be working harder for you. So the difference here, so if you're getting a 10% return on capital, it's likely not worth it. But yeah, let's focus on that 20% because those numbers absolutely look incredible. Get a 20% return on your capital. Don't even bother putting money in your house. You're tying it up, you're killing your money. We want to put that money to work. We want to rent our house. Obviously, renting your house does have other flexibilities to it as well. You can move pretty much when you want. You've got flexibility. You're not tied into one location. You can move to different areas. But on the flip side, obviously, buying your own house, you can fully customize it. You can put extensions in. You can potentially add value as well. So those side of it, those practical considerations, you've obviously got to bear in mind. But from a numbers point of view, let's just focus on this. 2.2 million. Okay, so we've got a client who they get 30% return on their money. I don't even want to press enter because the results are just this might give me a heart attack. We need to increase the column width. Off. So if we're getting a 30% return here, that's just. So if you're getting a 30% return on capital, which it is possible, but it's a lot harder than 20% return on capital. 2,900 is what it's costing you on a net basis because you've got 30% getting you a 30% return. So we take 9,000 off there essentially. So it's a lot cheaper to rent. Over 25 years, you're looking at about 70K. 21 million is what you get. 21 million pounds. 20 million pounds better off. So I know what I'm doing. Areas where I invest, we're getting 20% return on capital. So I'm going to sell absolutely everything I own, stick it all in property, and it's time to get rich. What I'm going to do is, because You know, this is quite a simple approach to it. There's probably some factors that have been missed. So what we'll do is, if you guys want, let me know in the comments, do you want to follow up the video? We'll do some kind of, it'll probably take me a good couple of hours to actually get the Excel pretty on point in terms of getting all the graphs together, getting all the costs over a full 25 period in terms of pounds and pence. If you guys want it, let me know in the comments and I will make it and we'll run through it in more detail. Otherwise, let me know what you think. Buying, are you a fan of buying? You're a fan of renting? Do you think these numbers make sense to you? Let me know in the comments, guys. Otherwise, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more cracking money-saving content like this. Click here to see one of my most recent videos, and if you want to subscribe, make sure you smash my face just there. If you hate this video and I've annoyed you, just click it loads of times and make sure you subscribe.